Hello, hello, hello. Here we are again. It must be Tuesday, for I'm here. And I don't know, maybe you're there. Who knows? And if you're watching this in the week, then it's not Tuesday, it's a different day. It's whatever day you're watching it, which makes my introduction completely and utterly pointless. So maybe I should just not even bother. Anyway, we're here. It is active. We are live and direct and squirting our zeros and ones directly into your faces. I've just got in from walking the dog. Payne's in. He said, I guess I didn't have an early night after all. And Andrew's in too. And he says hi. So there we go. Everybody's in. Everybody's in. 10 people in apparently. My God, they're keen. They're keen. What do I think of Glastonbury? I thought it was a pile of shit. It was only good for the Breeders and Coldplay. I never thought I'd say that. Now there's a sentence I never thought I'd say. It was probably the worst lineup ever. Some of the choices were made for, well, diversity and inclusivity. I'm talking about Dua Lipa. And it was just, those acts don't work for me. You need the communal sing-songs, and that's where Coldplay come in. But other than that, I was kind of left nonplussed by a lot of what was being shown. I just didn't really... not for me. I'm old, I'm over the hill, I'm past it, and that's that. And I don't like Coldplay, but I enjoyed their gig. They used their time slot admirably. They created an event, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to kind of go up there and make an event of it. And again, it's very difficult for new artists or newer artists or younger artists, unless they've had a really, strong album, strong singles, real presence. It's hard for them. I'm thinking back to the heyday of the 90s when the likes of Radiohead would highlight, but they're on the back of OK Computer and the Bends and that. Those guys can get up there and do a lot of OK Computer, and everybody knows it because it's the big album, that summer. So yeah, with these newer artists, you've got to, again, people have got to know what's going on. They've got to be able to sing along. It is basically a pub sing along. That's what Glastonbury is. It never used to be. I mean, in the old days, if you look at some of the old material, again, I remember one of the first times I ever watched a Glastonbury event was back in the 80s. And I remember seeing Roy Harper performing to like one man and his dog, and it was a very different kind of event back then. So yeah, the headliners is meant to pull out something special, and it's hard for artists that aren't established to do that. And it was quite telling that Avril Lavigne pulled in maybe twice as many attendees to her afternoon gig than SZA did, and a primetime finale gig. Again, Coldplay should have finished on Sunday. I don't get the logic of it, but Emily Evis now signs all the acts, and hey, young people, we want more diverse and inclusivity in the acts. Again, Coldplay did that. I mean, crikey, they had a very talented young lady with one arm playing the piano. A Canal, something Victoria Canal. That doesn't sound right. A name that finishes with Canal, so they did it, and then they got Michael J. Fox on. You don't get no more inclusive than that. That's your inclusivity. That is. Payne says, if I'm not here, it's a very strange dream. You're not here, mate. Andrew says, oh, we did that at Glastonbury. Pinks is in. He says, things are okay. Yeah, they're ticking along. as can be expected. Bjorn says, Evening, I thought your Jethro Tull and Yes videos recently were uploads. No, they're new, brand new, 4K. Come on, get with the program. Absolutely brand new, brand spanking new, never before seen. That Yes box set, I only got it delivered on Monday. So no, that's new. It's new, never before seen. Get with it, Grandad. So no, all new stuff. Andrew says Shania Twain is a weird choice. Well, they do the kind of, was it Legends set in the afternoons, and you've had everyone from like Dolly Parton to Lionel Richie, I think, playing that slot. I don't know. Music ain't what it used to be, and it was very much evident in some of the choices. Like I said, the Breeders played, and I think it was the first time they played since '92. So bloody hell, that was a long time ago. But I enjoyed their set, and that was it really. The rest of the stuff, I didn't get it. I just thought, Squid played. I mean, they're all right, but Glastonbury, really? It's a bit left field. You know, you'd think they'd be in one of the more obscure tents, you know. So there you go. Oh, for someone else, how goes it tonight? It's going. It's definitely going. Bjorn says Coldplay made decent albums when Eno worked with them. I don't think they've ever made decent albums. Pink says Viva La Vida is their best album. I don't like Coldplay, but I've enjoyed their previous Glastonbury appearances. You know, again, my brother-in-law likes Coldplay. That's all you need to know. That's it. So that's all you need to know. Pink's asked, "What's my thoughts on the Police?" Yeah, they're all right. Grew up with them, didn't I? All the hits were in the charts when I was a kid, so they hung heavy. They loomed heavy over my childhood. So, yeah, a good three-piece. What can you say? They're the Police. They're legends. But, you know, very much a manufactured band, which is quite curious. You know, dyed their hair blonde as part of a, was it Japanese advert? But no, they're all right. Yeah, they're all right. Okay. And that's it, folks. That's it. We can go now. So, yeah, I'm on my own tonight. So, you know, it's going to be 16 people in. God, we're dying on our arse already. So it's going to be hard to it's going to be hard to pull this one off, because let's face it, nobody cares, and nobody cares anymore. And that's fine. That is perfectly fine. G-Man's this evening. Do you recall the first ever chart tune recall thinking was amazing? Yeah, Substitute by The Who. I've told that story many times. I remember hearing it on the radio as a very young kid and going, that is a fucking clever lyric. And yeah, and being just amazed by the lyric of it. Again, back in the day, back in the, I guess, early 70s until, when did we stop listening to the radio? When did we defect to LBC? I think it must have been, I don't know, maybe 83, 84-ish. That I stopped listening to having the Radio 1 on first thing in the morning. We kind of defected to LBC and listened to the news instead. I don't know why we did that. I don't know. I have no idea. But no, throughout the 70s and into the early 80s, my breakfasts were infused with the pop delights of Radio 1. And we was just as likely to hear the hits of the day as Bill Haley and the Comets. Yes, you had to be there, so it's quite unusual, that. But is it unusual? Yeah, it is, compared to today, where they'd never play such a wide variety of music. Pink says Sting solo is a bit dull, but his first album is okay. Sting, innit? I wouldn't I wouldn't encourage him. I wouldn't encourage him. It's stinging it. Andrew says, used to listen to Virgin Radio and for a while after Capital. Yeah. Sui says, are you going to review the Synchronicity box set? No. No, not going to do that. No. No. I don't think that really is where we're at here, is it? Are we allowed to do that here? I don't know. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Hang on, we've got. Oh, sounds like there's a fly or a wasp in the room. Oh, I didn't like the sound of that. Something big buzzing behind me. Oh, wonder where it went. Oh, don't like the sound of that. There's something buzzy. I don't know if it's behind the curtains. Oh, don't like it. Oh, I'm scared now. Oh, scared. No, I'm not. Just. It sounds really big. Oh, weird. I can't seem to place the sound. Where were we? What was you talking about? Synchronicity. That's that new expanded one, isn't it? That's out. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look. I don't know what the price of it is. If it's cheap, I suppose I could get it in and then flog it. Could do that. Please. Synchronicity. When's it out? Tuesday the 30th of July. It's £100. Are you crazy? That's a lot of money, isn't it? Why are these box sets so expensive? Why are these box sets so expensive? I do not know. It's got Mother on it. I like that one. It's got every breath you take, every move you make, every very big, every something snake. I'll be watching you. It's about stalking, isn't it? It's about being a stalker. King of Pain. Oh, that's a good one. Wrapped around your finger. Yeah. But 99 quid? Excuse me? Is there anywhere cheaper? Please. Synchronicity box set. Let me have a look. Oh, Chalkies have got it for £93.98. Wow. And Empiricon, who? £81.99. But they are charging £6.99 delivery. Bloody hell. It's not even out yet, is it? Yeah. Yeah, big expensive that. Thing is, and I don't like to be uncouth and uncultured to discuss money, but sorry, it's buzzing. Something's buzzing. The buzzing. But YouTube doesn't pay me much, and to say that if I bought the Synchronicity box set, let's just say it would blow my budget for the month. So, you know, guys, I need you to click the like button and subscribe. Or what's the other thing you can do? You can join the Darren Lock Fun Club, whatever that is, by clicking the join button, wherever that is. I don't know where it is. I don't know what I'm talking about. Where you can give me your hard-earned cash, and I give you nothing in return. I just sit here and talk until you get sick of me. seems fair. You can also do that on Patreon as well. www.patreon.com/lock. Again, you can sign up to that. You won't get anything. You won't get anything. But I will talk at you until the end of time, or until I expire, or the end of time, whichever comes quicker. Expire, they're all cheering. Expire, keel over on a live stream, you bald-headed bastard. So calm down, guys. Calm down. It will happen one day. Calm down. Just give me some time. Give me some time. The diabetes will kill me eventually. Great. So yeah, covering all these box sets. I mean, I'm done. What you? I think someone mentions it. Bjorn says, I stand corrected. The JT videos are new. Did you buy the sets recently? No, no. The only thing I bought recently, was the Bursting Out one, because it was released recently, and the Yes one, which like I said, I got delivered on Monday. But the rest, all of these box sets, have been hidden in my cupboard for many years. Many years. I was debating whether to sell them. You know, I had them sealed. I had some sealed and some open that I like playing. I thought, do I? Because I did them before, but some of them got lost. Some of the unboxings got lost, didn't they? Do you remember? Do you remember that? Do you remember? Well, Darren likes to squirrel things away in case I need money, and you know, sometimes the bastards reissue things and devalue my stash. So, so no, some of them, you know, I had a set screwed away. That's the story, or whatever. I don't know. Or it could be that I've bought them all again recently and gone mad. It could be. But no, I got a new phone because my other phone was playing up. God, I hate that phone. It would freeze. It would just freeze. So I got rid of it and I had to get a new phone. A new phone does 4K 60 frames, and it doesn't freeze when I try and record anything with it like my old phone did as soon as I got it. So now I've got a new phone, and so I thought, well, this is a good time to just do nothing but unboxings until everyone gets fucking sick of me. And then I'm just gonna video my music collection. I'm just gonna get shit off the shelf and show you that. I'm just gonna do show and tell. It's gonna be called Darren Lock Show and Tell. You cunts. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. But yeah, again, I'd love to cover more box sets, just to open them and then sell them again, but it costs money. Again, if anybody wants that, please, not the police one, the Yes one, you can actually buy it from me. There's a button. There's a button, only for UK mind. If you go to the review, you'll find a little PayPal button where you can buy it from me and I will send it to you. Isn't that amazing? But only in the UK mind. Don't have to worry about postage costs. It's one price. You click the button, you give me the money, the box set will be with you in a couple of days. Them's the deals. And if you've ever dealt with me on eBay, you know my stuff's good. I do the good shit. I sell the good shit. The best shit. I sell all the best shit. So I was thinking, and I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't think. I was thinking, maybe I could do more box sets if I just sell them immediately. And maybe, I know it's really dumb to ask this of you lot, because you lot are all penniless orphans or something. You're all out of bloody Dickensian times. You all got no shoes or something. I was thinking that I could maybe review, unbox, and then sell them myself rather than going via eBay and losing money, because you know the prohibitive, isn't it something like between 12 and 15% they cream off the top. And I was thinking maybe I could just like sell them on for a couple of quid knocked off, get them cheaper. You've only had me rub my body over all over the stuff. I mean, you could look at that as a bonus, couldn't you? I'll try to keep the semen to a minimum. I could do that. See how that works out. Well, if it went as well as the raffles that I tried at the beginning of the year, you'd probably end up losing money, because that went well, didn't it? Nope. Oh boy, talk about break even. Or did I lose money? I think I may have broken even. I know I didn't have enough money to buy the next prize. The idea is that we build up, and then Steve Hackett came along. That fucking Steve Hackett, he came along and he wiped out my profit. And it was like, well, guys, no more prizes. No more prizes for you. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. What a bastard. Bjorn says, oh no, I've done that one. Bjorn says, I'm definitely buying the Police Synchronicity box set. Dog cam. She's not here. She's not here. Sorry. She's doing her own thing. So we have a surrogate dog cam. Here we go. Here's the surrogate dog cam. There we go. That's all I can offer. The Council of Yoshis are in the background passing judgment. Wait a minute. Let me get the other cam, because... Oh, wait a minute, no. I've loosened it. We can look at the Council of Yoshis. They're judging me. They're going, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. Just sitting there judging me all the time. Just judging me with their little dinosaur bulbous noses. Just judging me. Andrew says, vampire bats. No, it's not bats. It's waspy, beesy type things. It's like... We do get bats around here. I've seen bats when I've been out walking dog, but not inside. Though once, when we was living all the way over there, came back from a dog walk, heard a noise upstairs, and there was a little bird. Little bird had got flown in. It was a blue tit. He was hanging on the lampshade, and because we had the windows open because it was summer, and opened the curtains and managed to convince him to leave. There we go. God, there's a story. I've got a picture of it somewhere in the archive. If I could be bothered to, I'd document everything. I'm a loser bastard, aren't I? SB9000 says, did you get a free copy of the John Lennon mega box set like some YouTube reviewers? Me? No. No, I didn't, because nobody likes me, and that's fine. I don't like them, so I prefer not to deal with PR people. I'd rather eat my own testicles. I did one. I mean, that Decca thing that I did recently. Let's not talk about that, eh? The woman I was dealing with there, she sent me an email. She obviously seen the video. And she said, yeah, great. I could see, I didn't read the email because I could see the opening line. It said, oh yeah, thanks for covering the Decca box set, comma, but, and I thought, I'm not going to read your email. You approached me. You, PR person, approached me. I did not approach you. You approached me. I said, I want to do this. I told her exactly what I was going to do, who I am, are you interested? She said, yes. I got the CD. I'm going to give it away. That's it. End of. Right? End of. I acquitted myself. I give them the promotion. Only about 200 odd people could be bothered to watch because algorithms, because other people can do reviews and get thousands and thousands of views. I can't because I'm cursed with good looks. That's what I'm putting it down to. I think the algorithm's worried that too many women are going to fall in love with me and it's going to be like a mass divorce event, and that could destabilise world economies. That's what I'm thinking. Right? And that's why the algorithm's against me. But where were we? No, anyway, I don't care much for John Lennon's work. Anyway, he's fucking awful. Let's be honest. Do you think John Lennon would be as popular if he hadn't got shot? Controversial opinion. That I am not a big fan. I'm not a big fan. Can't say I'm a big fan. Not a big fan. And that's that. So even if I wouldn't want a John Lennon box set. Not really. So no. Bjorn says rats. No rats. Suicide says that ES box is garbage. Absolutely. There's no new content. Well, it's meant to kind of collect everything, but the problem with it is I think there are some new bits in it actually. There's some like new instrumental stuff, and I think it's just presented differently to the definitive edition. I can't remember. I don't really care, to be honest, because all these editions aren't worth it. They're only there for the vulnerable. Those old folk. Those old folk you see in the supermarkets who look like they've left their wallet at home. Or wandering around the frozen food aisle, and you think, how long have you been here? Days, weeks, months? It's really aimed at those people. The people in society are a little bit vulnerable. Who think, oh, I remember, yes. It's for those people. It's not for anyone sensible or with half a brain like me. I've got half a brain. I only did it for the views. I don't know why I did it. I saw it cheap. I saw a cheap copy, and I thought, I'll do it. I'll do it. Fuck it. I'll do it. I'm going to fill them so full of unboxings. They're going to throw up. They're going to be shitting unboxings. This video is so demonetized, and that's why you've got to buy my new course in a handy 199 parts. My new course, How Not to Be an Arsehole, is now available. A very easy instalment plan of £99 a month for 99 months. You too can not be an arsehole. Sounds like every other YouTuber there. I think I've done very good. I'm almost hitting all the YouTuber bullet points. Now all I've got to do is the apology video, and I'll be sweet. Where's my ukulele? Well, it's over there. I'll never be able to reach it. But yeah, I've got loads of unboxings left. I've got loads. I've got the rest of Jethro Tull. Then we're going to do a bit of Marillion. I've got the Marillion box sets to look at again in 4K, because we're going to do it in 4K, so you can really get the K's. Really feel it. And then I'm probably going to do my Kate Bush vinyls. What else can we do? I'll do the Nick Drake ones again. Maybe do the Genesis. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you all the shit on my shelf that's gathering dust. Just gonna show you my shit. New title of the channel. There you go. That's it. Because what's the point of reviewing music? Because nobody cares. So if I show you my shit, you'll love me for it. You go, oh, I love Darren because he shows me his shit. And then one day I will show you my shit. I will get the camera and I'll put it down the toilet, and you can look at my shit, my real shit, and you can go, fucking hell, look at that turd. It's like a baby's arm. Look at it. How did he lay that? And I go, it's the metformin. It's the metformin, mate. It really is. Andrew says, I got the Decca box set via your link. Andrew, you should have gone in for the competition, man. Should have gone in for the competition. You'd have been a shoo-in for a win. You'd have been a shoo-in. I mean, I must admit, I've been overwhelmed by entries into the competition. Overwhelmed. I was shocked. I was shocked when to this very day I checked the special email box to see the entries, and I was like, oh my god, how am I going to sort through all these entries? How am I going to sort through all these entries? It's like, oh god, I might have to get the kids and the missus to help me, because like we were overwhelmed by entries. So I was like, so if you're thinking of entering, I'd give up. I really would give up, because you ain't got a chance. I haven't got a fucking chance. No chance at all. Oh god, I'm so demonetised. You're not allowed to swear, you know that? What a fucking liberty, you can't allow to swear. What a bunch of cunts, eh? Not allowed to swear on the old YouTubes. I'll do it, because then some poor bastard's going to have to manually review this, all, I don't know, 90 minutes of it, and count all the swears I do. Just imagine someone's got that job. It's probably algorithm, isn't it? Do you think it's an algorithm? Or do you think there really is a person who manually reviews every video? I'd love to know. I really would. I'd really love to know. It's one of the mysteries, that is. One of the mysteries of YouTube. Where's Verity? She's in bed, because she's got to go to school tomorrow. Well, sixth form. It's the first day. Well, it's technically her first day of sixth form. It's a sixth form introduction. So, bit of an early start for her. So she's not here. She'll be here next week. Next week. We'll do it next week. It's a lot easier when there's somebody else here, because I can just chat with her. But no, Verity's been busy, because what Verity likes to do when she's not studying really hard for her GCSEs is she likes to volunteer at her old school, where she used to go, her old junior school. And she's done this many times. And she contacted them, but they kind of didn't get back. And then the missus gave them a call, and they said, oh yeah, come in. So she went in on Monday, and they said, we've got a job for you. And she went, oh great. And they led her to a store cupboard, and they said, we need you to kind of count, like stock take, and organise all the maths supplies, all the maths paraphernalia. And Verity went, okay. And basically they left my daughter in a cupboard for 2 days. Yeah, for nearly 9 hours. She's been working in a cupboard without a chair, having to kneel on concrete floor, cold concrete floor, trying to reorganise something. And again, first day went, oh, maybe they just forgot, you know. And then, you know, I didn't want her to go in again today. But she said, oh, I'll go in. Maybe they'll get me to do something else. Maybe, you know, I can go in. Because normally she goes in the classroom and she helps the kids and, you know, does, you know, sets up art stuff and does art things with them. Yeah, hands on, like teaching things. She likes to do that. She's a very social animal, and all the kids like her. One of the kids, Amber, I think her name is, actually saw her in the cupboard and said, oh, are you kind of come to our class and do classwork with us? And Verity said, well, no, I'm kind of stuck in the cupboard. And I said to her, look, maybe you should, like, I'll not go in. She went, no, they'll give me something else to do. And she went in today, and lo and behold, they put her in the cupboard again. And she texted me and said, I'm still in the cupboard. And it come to something when, like, teachers and teaching assistants were going by and laughing at her, saying, you're going to die in that cupboard. Yeah, one of the teaching assistants actually said that. And one of the teachers said, you're going to be doing that till the weekend. And so it's like, she ain't going back. They took my daughter's kindness for weakness. They took her kindness for weakness, and they got her to do the worst. They created a bullshit job, and they got her to do it, rather than having her in the classroom like they always have done. You know, they've let her, you know, help out and, you know, do things. They've got a little outdoor encampment, you know, when they've done that, she's helped with that. And they sidetracked her, they sidelined her into a fucking cupboard. And she ain't going back. I won't let her. You're not doing it. You're not doing it. They took advantage of your generosity of time. They took advantage of you, right? That was it. And that's what they're like. And fuck them. To them. And that's what Verity's been doing. So yeah, she's a bit down. It got to her a bit, it upset her a bit, because like I said, she's very generous, and she knows the children, and they know her, and some of them were excited to see her, around the school, and you're going to come and help us and that, and yeah, it kind of was a big bowl of nothing, and I think she was expected to just stay in the cupboard until, well, I don't know, 3 weeks, because she ain't, the schools have got, I think the schools are running for another 3 weeks, and she's off because of her GCSEs, and she thought she was going to have a great time, learning about teaching, and that's what she wanted to do. I think it might have actually dulled her ambition to become a teacher. Thanks, guys. Thank you for doing that to my daughter. Thank you. Much appreciated. And you just think, now again, no one even came and asked her how she was. They didn't pop by for a chat. They just basically left her there from 9 till 3. Yeah, she had an hour. I think she had half an hour for lunch. But from 9 to 3, she was in a supply cupboard. It's like, you're insane. Now, again, when she texted me, she gave me a call actually at lunchtime. I said, look, this is the plan. Is there a big drawer? Open a big drawer and put everything into the big drawer. Everything. Empty everything. Everything from every shelf, everything into the biggest drawer. Close the drawer. And as you're leaving, you can say, well, yeah, I've organised everything. I've put it all in the big drawer. Ta-ta. And then you so it makes a really big, awful job for the next person, and you're free, and you never go back. And yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm pretty annoyed. I'm really, of course, like any parent would be, and Mrs. is annoyed, and we're all, we're pretty upset and annoyed for her, but they did that to her, and she's been doing this for like, crikey, a few years, 2 or 3 years. She's been popping in, when she's not been busy on inset days and whatnot, and helping them. She did a work experience there. She did like a fortnight work experience at the school, where again worked in the classrooms with teachers. As like a little teaching assistant, for free. And this was the death blow. This is the thing that killed her dream. And it's like, that's just mean. That's just mean. That is. Why are people so mean? Why are people so stupid? She's 16. She's a bit naive. She's optimistic, open-eyed. That beautiful age where anything's possible, and she's really had her confidence knocked. And like I said, there's a special place in hell for you lot, and you're all going there. Don't you worry, you're going there. Because God pays debts without money. Remember that. Anyway, that's personal stuff out of the way. And she says, you guys are good together. You don't see us off camera. We're actually absolutely filthy off camera. Filthy we are. Filthy. Terrible, terrible, terrible people we are. We would get cancelled several times over. And I've actually got a really good idea about that. But I can't tell you, because there's someone will steal my idea. But I've got a really good idea, but I can't tell you what it is. But I'm going to do it. I've been working on it in my head. It's a very good idea. It's a game. A game. You're going to love it. Oh. Bum, 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 bum. Bum. Oh, I do. Oh, there's nothing more satisfying than to block a moron. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, that felt good. That felt good. Oh, that felt good. Oh dear. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. They're gone. Don't worry, that guy's a lunatic, so there's nothing worse than Have you noticed that all the mentally ill are Queen fans? Have you noticed that? It's really weird. What is that? What is the link between the delusional and Queen? I do not know. It seems to attract them. Quite mad. But there you go. There you go. If you want to laugh, go and check out Mark Brydon classic rock drum covers. I'll give you his channel. You can give him some love. Go and give him some love, because obviously he's desperately in need of attention. There you go. Give him some love. Have a laugh. Go and laugh at his drum covers, because he thinks he's cool, but he ain't. Oh yeah. Grant says, will you raffle in those current box sets of yours? No. You can buy them, not the Jethro Tull ones, because I've got to wait for them to gather value again. But the Yes one, you can buy it. You can actually buy it direct from me if you want it. But no more raffles, because, like I said, I took a big hit on those Steve Hackett albums. Nobody wanted them, and I lost quite a bit of money on that. But we don't want to talk about that, because it's you try and do good things and you just can't get the interest. Because you know why? Nobody cares, and people are too tight to hand over money because they like money. And that's fine. That's fine. But more importantly, nobody cares. I certainly don't care about Mark Brydon classic rock drum covers, whatever that is. Imagine being a drummer and look, Mark. Look, here's a tip for you. Don't be you. If you want to do drum covers, you've got to be a woman, kind of attractive, and wear a skimpy top. That's what I've noticed. And you ain't any of those things, so no one's going to watch you, mate. No one's going to watch you. No one's going to watch you. Ain't it unfortunate? Ain't it unfortunate? Just imagine, right? I get more viewers than you. And I'm shit. So what does that make you? Oh, it's just most unfortunate. You shouldn't mock the mentally ill. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a very wicked man. But hey, I like being wicked. I love it. I love it. Because, I seem to attract the mentally ill, like Queen, and like flies around shit. It's funny that. I wonder why that is. Oh dear. I wonder why. Well, there are reasons, but we won't go into the reasons. Anyway. Grant asks, would you be okay if Simon Collins took Phil's place in Genesis if they did another album? I think I suggested it, didn't I? I think I suggested it, that him and Nick should carry on the band with the others. I think I already suggested that. He's got a voice similar to his father's, and I think that combination would work okay. But Genesis is finished. It's over. You go and watch Mike and the Mechanics instead if you want to hear any Genesis being done. Andrew says, I'm in love with Dua Lipa. Oh, dirty old bastard. You dirty old man. You disgust me. I've never understood old men who do lust after young women. I've never understood that. I just don't get it. Don't get it. You're going to get in trouble. There's always a price to pay. You see, what you should be aiming is for their mums. If you fuck their mums, they don't complain. You don't get into any problem. So, see, you've got to be playing 3D chess. That's what you've got to be doing. But again, Dua Lipa set, it was all right, but I didn't think it. Again, I felt like I was watching a Eurovision show. I felt so distanced from it. It didn't feel like it was part of the thing. But I think some people enjoyed it, and that's fine. But I knew a few of her songs, but it just didn't feel like a Glastonbury thing. Certain styles of music, certain acts, I don't think necessarily work. I think maybe if they'd have bought the stage out you know, brought one of those stages that went into the audience, and the audience was all around her, you know, rather than it being so far back, it might have felt more like a, you know, like they do, like they do. And then it might have worked a bit better, but it did feel just so. I just felt so far, far away. And she said, "I don't fancy your mum. You should do. You dirty old man. You dirty, dirty boy. You dirty, dirty boy. You're going to go to hell for your filthy mind. You filthy beast, you." Filthy beast. Anyway, what else are we going to talk about? What else can we talk about? I'm running out of steam here. I'm running out of steam. If I get to an hour, that'd be good. Grant says, many tours are being cancelled because of poor ticket sales. Your opinion, please. One, nobody cares because music is finished. Go and watch the latest Rick Beato video, or sorry, Rick Beato, because that's his real name. Because he figured it out. He finally got to it. Post-cultural society, everyone. And he showed, right, using, again, I don't know if it's a good metric. I mean, I think it's an interesting metric. He looked at search terms over the last 20 years. I think it was the last 20 years. And he said, well, if you search for music, you can see there's like a 50% decline. It's gone down from 70% to 25%. And if you change genres, if you go to rock, it's the same. And you know, country and western, hip hop, oh, it's even worse. And rap, oh, it's not so good. And you know, pop music. He said, and okay, so let's look at movies. Oh, movies, it's the same. Okay, so all the kids are playing computer games. Let's look at that. Oh, that's on the decline, exactly the same as music. He says, so what are people interested in? And using search algorithms and the results of those things as a metric of what people are engaging with, he said, what was doing that? Whoop, no, not me first thing in the morning. It was social media, because that's what the kids are into, social media. Why would you be interested in music when you create your own media and it's free? Why would you spend whatever money you have on somebody else's art when it's all free? And that's what MP3 and streaming and high-speed internet and the mobile phone and 5G has done to the world. We live in a post-cultural society. So we then factor that into the live music scene. Why would anyone spend a fucking fortune on a ticket to see music that they do not care about? It's only for the old age pensioners. They're the only people who are going to be going to it. You know, I don't go to gigs because I can't afford it. Cannot afford it. We spoke about this last week or the week before. I can't remember. But, you know, it's ridiculous how much concert tickets are. You know, you can pay, you know, for the world. You can pay a mortgage payment to get a decent ticket now to any, I don't know, AAA gig. And it's just all going to die. It's all going to die. It hasn't got long left. Why do you think they're all selling their catalogues to the record industry? Why do you think? Because it's over. They know. They've seen, right? Do you know? Look, Queen recently sold their catalogue for £1 billion, right? They did that because they looked at their royalty sheet and they went, holy fuck. We're talking Queen, right? We're talking Queen looking at their royalty sheet and going, we've got to get out of this place. We've got to leave. Exit strategy, right? Because it's all on the decline. Everything is, because no one's buying the music. And the, you know, the royalty that is coming via streaming, and that's, you know, that'll only get you so far. And that's why all these legacy artists are abandoning the biz. You know, Pink Floyd have been trying to sell their catalogue for, like, I think it's nearly 2 years now. They had it on the market for something like 400 million, right? And that's fallen foul. Why? Well, Roger Waters and his anti-Semitic big mouth. All the record companies have gone, nope, not going near him. He lost his deal with BMG in January. That was kept quiet, because of his big anti-Semitic mouth, Now, again, if you'd have watched Glastonbury, you'd have seen Chris Martin sending love to everyone. The Jews in Israel, to Palestine, to Ukraine, to the Russians who wanted peace, to all the conflicts around the world. That's how you do it. You wish for world peace. When you pick one side over the other, i.e. Russia and the Palestinians, like Roger Waters has done, then all you're doing is telegraphing your political allegiance. And you're saying, I'm pro-Hamas, I'm pro-Putin. And you've got to sit there and go, that ain't good. But it's all over. It's all over. It's finished. The music biz is finished. It ain't coming back. It's done. If you make any kind of art, it's over. Look what's happening in the cinemas, right? We might be lucky this summer with the Deadpool movie. There might be a blip with that because it's Ryan Reynolds and everybody loves Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. It's going to be a thing. But the movie industry can't put on a hit at the moment because no one's going. COVID helped with that because people stayed at home, they watched TV, watched movies on their big televisions because you can buy a big telly now for cheap. You don't have to spend a fortune on a home cinema setup. And they thought, blimey, this is much better than going to the cinema. One, it's cheaper. Two, you haven't got the sound of people eating behind you. Three, you ain't got the smell of other people around you. Remember once we went and saw, which one? I don't know if it was Toy Story 2. And there was kids, just loads of little kids in there. And it stank of farts. And I don't know what they were feeding those kids. Cat food. I couldn't wait to get out there. At the end, I said to the missus, did you smell it in there? What the hell were they feeding those kids? It was disgusting. It was like sitting in a sewer and watching Toy Story 2. That's what it was like. You don't get that at home, unless it's your own farts, but it's your own farts, right? You can also pause it, have a piss, make a cup of tea, I don't know, stare out the window for a bit. You know what I'm saying? Who loves staring out the window? Oh, I fucking love staring out the window. Fucking love it. But so the movie biz is over. Every art sphere is on the decline because why? Why bother? Why? All the stories have been told. It's been done. And what we've got instead is a load of people in power trying to make stories that nobody wants to watch or hear or see. They take franchises that are well established and they break them and smash them beyond all recognition because, hey, it's what we do now. And this is where we're at, And it's the end of mass culture and popular culture as you see it, right? Looping back round. Again, this is something I pointed out to Verity and the kids, both the kids, and V, because we've been watching. We watched Doctor Who, and this is the first time that Herb flat out he said, "No, I'm not going to review them. They're so bad. I'm not reviewing them." And it's like, okay. He liked Space Babies though. He thought the Space Babies were cute, so we give him that. But I was saying to the kids, have you noticed something? I mean, what, Dad? Have you noticed Disney are looking after Doctor Who? Yeah. No toys. No toys. No toys. No little shooty gatwas running around. No Millie Gibsons. No. None of these. Now this is the one they brought out for David Tennant's return at Christmas, right? Right? You can buy that. Can't buy Shooty Gatwas one. Now, again, you'd think with Disney being involved, you ask yourself, did Disney put any money into this? What's going on? But yeah, there are no toys. There's no Sonic Screwdriver or Sonic Compact or whatever it is. But again, they redesigned that because I didn't want it to look like a gun. How many fucking guns look like that? Again, I do wonder what's going on with the world. But yes, that's quite interesting. And the reason is, right, and if you're going, I guess this is all involved with my post-cultural society thing, is if you go into toy shops now, you'll see an awful lot of unsold shit on the shelves, whether it be Star Wars or Marvel or Funko Pops, you name it, unsold. Everyone's had enough. You get the feeling that we've reached a mass saturation event. The only people who buy toys now are like the little kids, the little ones. But once they get to like, I don't know, 9, 10, no more toys. And again, this goes back into the Pope, because once they get the mobile in their hand, once they get the mobile and the social media, imaginative play out of the window. And so we have people with a very introspective and narrow-minded view of everything. And they've got no time for the arts. They've got no time for music. They've got no time to spend going to gigs. I read a comment online. I don't follow this person, but it came up in my suggestions on Facebook, and this guy was going, "Oh, AI, it's not. Oh, it'll be fine. People are worrying too much about AI because do you know what will save us? Live music." And you go, "Are you fucking kidding me? Nobody cares. Live music will be a man playing the ukulele on a street corner. That's what it's going to be. You're just going to have buskers. We're going to have wild gangs of buskers roaming around the land like something from Mad Max, but they'll be they'll all have ukuleles, the worst of the stringed instruments. Ukulele, which stands for dancing flea. Can you believe who'd want to play the dancing flea? His son, which instrument do you want to play? Oh, Dad, I'd really like to play guitar. You're not playing guitar. You're going to learn to play the dancing flea, son. Just putting it there. Just putting it there. Grant says, it's getting to the point where kids that I teach say to me, "Who's David Bowie?" Exactly, who's David Bowie? Because he's dead. He died. He's gone. And you get look. All you got. I keep warning you guys this, and nobody listens. I wish they'd all listen to me. But all you've got to do is look back in time. History is a great teacher. It really is. Right? Go back to the 1920s. Look at who the big artists were of the 1920s. Anyone doing tribute acts to them? And you just peel it forwards to the 30s, the 40s. The 50s are a really good time because you do have that. That's the birth of rock and roll. The Buddy Hollies, the Bill Haleys, the Big Boppers, Jerry Lee Lewis, all those people. I mean, Jerry Lee Lewis only died, a couple of years ago. And nobody cares. And you can also factor Elvis into this, And once these people are dead and gone, and a few generations have passed, it's over. Unless they do a biopic or a song of theirs has been used in an advert, it's pretty much done for those artists. Those artists are gone and forgotten. And if one of the songs is covered, and it does come back, and I don't know, say Harry Styles covers Rock Around the Clock, no one's going to be looking up the original. They'll be going, "Oh wow, this is a great new song from Harry Styles," because that's where we're at. The current generation, again, it makes me sound like a really awful old man, but the current generation do not care about history because they think they're doing everything new for the first time. It's the first time they've ever fucked. It's the first time that they've ever taken a drug. It's the first time that, I put on a dress and now I call myself a woman. They think that they're the first to do all this stuff when, as we all know, we all did it first. But when we were kids and we fucked and got drunk and made music or whatever, we didn't think we were inventing the wheel again. We realised that, gee, our mums and dads did this to put us here, So we live in a very strange time. And it is, again, where's my tinfoil hat? I do feel like it's almost an end of civilization event that we're heading to. Because if you take mass culture and popular culture out, we're heading back to a time, I called it digital serfdom. We're heading back to a time when only the elites will have any time for the arts. There will be the people that go to the art galleries or to the theatres, or, it will be an elite, preoccupation. They'll be the ones that have the money and the interest to keep it going. It won't be for the little people because the little people won't care. They'll become, and again, when you step out of culture, you become uneducated. You become incredibly stupid incredibly quickly. Because if you are in the cultural loop, and again, I like to imagine most of the people watching this are like me. They grew up with books and comics and films and TV and music and radio and everything else, and you absorbed it. And when you do that, it just opens your mind up to all manner of possibilities. You read other books or other things, or you listen to music. You get an album, you go, oh, who's that guy? Who played piano on that? Oh, I'll go and check him out. You have that kind of thirst for culture, and it's the same with art. You'll see a designer. It's like Kusama, the dot lady. I got turned on to her by Love Town by Peter Gabriel back in 94, 93, whenever it was. And that's how it opens you up. It opens you up to everything. And if there's nothing opening you up, you're never going to experience any of this stuff. And it's, again, I feel it's a very, very, very dark future for the next generations. And they're just going to laugh at us. They're going to say, why did you waste all your money on this shit? And I'm going to shrug and go, yeah, right. Why did I waste all my money on this shit? And, it's like, why bother making music? Why bother playing guitar? Because no one's going to listen to it. My audience is going to be dying off soon. My tiny audience is going to either die off or lose interest. There isn't going to be another generation who's going to bother to find anyone's music, let alone my own. So I might as well just sell up and not bother. It's just like doing this. It's like doing any of this stuff on YouTube. Unless you're producing a very kind of, again, the algorithm eddies of interest. Certain people can succeed, other people we just fall to the wayside, yet we can be doing the same content. But you've got to be blessed by the algorithm. Blessed. And the shorts thing on here has completely ruined the balance of everything. My son can pull in thousands and thousands of views by doing shorts, right? I think one of his videos recently got just shy of 10,000 views, I think it was. And it's a 10-second clip of nothing. But you can't monetize. He can't monetize his site because what you don't know is behind the scenes, YouTube have widened the goalposts. I'm all right. I've got monetization on my 2 channels, but if you try and start again, it's almost impossible to make it now. And so a lot of kids are just spamming it with shorts, and that skews the algorithm, And the shorts thing plays into this thing again. TikTok. Short form media has been one of the greatest psyops by the Chinese government. Again, where is my tinfoil hat? Because TikTok has ruined the attention span of our generation. Do you know, like, the younger generation get most of their news from TikTok? And you go, but what? And you go, yeah. They get that because that's as far as their attention span will go. And they see TikTok as a reliable and accurate source of information. You go, holy fuck, we are doomed. So like I say, a couple of generations down the line, and you've got a TikTok grown adult, an adult that's just been in the algorithm all those years, and they're put in a position of power, either in the UK or in the USA. Imagine a president who's growing up now, and in 30 years' time becomes president of the US. It's an end of world civilization event because they're going to nuke everyone. There's no discussion, there's no debate, because TikTok and the algorithm and social media tells you to shut down your opponent. I don't want to hear an opposing view. I don't want to indulge in diplomacy. Just going to hit the nuke button and get rid of it. It's like deleting someone. It's like cancelling them. It's the ultimate cancellation. Boink. And that's the future we're heading towards, because everything is wrong. Everything is broken. We've gone too far. And that's without AI coming on board. And then AI just is going to make everything absolutely pointless to everyone. Don't bother learning guitar. Don't bother learning the keyboards. Don't bother learning to paint. Don't bother learning to write. Don't bother to do anything, because someone will sit there with a few choice keywords, will be able to generate anything, and it will be almost imperceptible to something that a human can produce. However, it won't have the imagination of the human. But because all these kids don't know what a film is, don't know what a book is, can't handle a good narrative, a song. What's a song? They're going to eat that shit up like it's mint choc chip ice cream. And wow, have you seen Idiocracy? That's a documentary now, because that's where we're going. It's going to be fine. Suicide says Gilmore and Waters will never agree on the price of the Floyd catalogue. They did agree. It's 400 mil. It was agreed. The price was agreed. 400 mil. That's not the problem. Get with the program. Andrew says, I'm getting DVDs, Blu-ray films, and you get all the extra goodies. Yeah, they're cheap now. Well, not all of them, not 4K ones, but DVDs, if you hunt around, you can get some bargains now, because DVDs are going the same way as VHS tapes and CDs. Optical media is the best format to collect this stuff in, though its longevity could be an issue. Will it last 50 years? I do not know. An LP will, though. Suicide Alex says concerts will be soon made up of AI avatars, and no one will watch because no one will care. Who cares? Who cares? They've done that they do it with ABBA already, but people still remember ABBA. It's for women who are going on hen parties. They go, oh, let's go and see ABBA in concert. It's not really ABBA, but if that would have been a thing, I remember they did it. They did these kind of hologram concerts, didn't they? Didn't they do one with Tupac and that? Now, that technology already exists. Don't you think that the 3D avatar edition of Michael Jackson, don't you think he'd be touring the world now several times over? He ain't. Neither's Prince, neither's Elvis, or George Michael, or David Bowie, or any of those people. And why is that? Because it will only go so far. It will only satisfy the ultra fans. Because your casuals ain't going to go. They'll go, why would I go and see that? I don't even know who that is. Because, like Grant said, we're into a generation now that goes, what's a Prince? But what's that? What did he do? Oh, his hit was about something that happened 25 years ago? Okay. Don't care. It's very hard. Unless you are in the public consciousness, you're toast. It's over. Again, with Queen do license their stuff. They put stuff in adverts and whatnot. And, they're kind of hanging in there. They do concerts, and Brian May pops up. Save the badger, he says. Vote Labour. Brian May, he's telling you to vote Labour. Remember, we've got to do the election this week. It's the election on Thursday. Keir Starmer will be elected to Parliament as our very safe leader. The National Theatre of Brent, again, that's an obscure reference. No one's going to know what I'm talking about when I talk about National Theatre of Brent. It's too obscure. And we will have a Labour government, and God help us all. I'd say if it was a Conservative government, I'd say if it was any government, because the next 5 years is going to be 4 years. 5 years? No, it's 5 years for us. It's 4 years for the Americans. It's going to be difficult because Keir Starmer's going to get in and he's going to look at the books and he's going to see how everything is, and he's going to go, oh, because he knows he can't do anything. There's nothing he can do unless private investors come in, lots of private investment. And you go, wait a minute, that sounds like what the Conservatives do. And you go, it's what Tony Blair did back in the NHS, back under his term. Lots of public-private investment, wink, wink. They'll never notice. But do expect Tony Blair to appear on Keir Starmer's shoulder like a little devil. It's going to be great. Grant says Queen dissolved when they signed to Hollywood Records. Over in America maybe, but then they've never really been big over there. I'm talking about Queen, the megastars in the UK. You know, they never really broke America because homophobia mainly. The Americans don't like those fruity limeys. Look at them. Look at those fruity limeys. They don't like any of that stuff. Because apparently there are no gay people in America. It's true. It's true. But no. Yeah, it's going to be great. Hey, new government on Friday. Woohoo! Hey, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Can't wait. God, that sent everyone quiet, didn't it? I thought everyone would be chiming in. Everyone would be chiming in and going, "Yay, new government. No more Conservatives." No, okay, just me then. I've got to decide who to vote for. Oh God. Oh dear. That's going to be the hard part. Or do I just spoil my ballot? I don't know. I could put "you're all shit," but then that feels a bit wrong. I don't know what's going to happen around here because in the past this is a strong Conservative area, but our MP, who was the Deputy Speaker, Eleanor Lang, who Verity met, Verity went to Parliament and met her and said, "I'd vote Labour," which I thought was great. Her great grandmother upstairs and her grandmother would have loved her for that. Would have given her a big kiss and go, "Well done, girl," for that. And again, by history, I'm a Labour supporter, though this version of Labour's a little bit. It's like what you're standing for, man. But I can vote Labour and not really care because they're probably not going to get in around here. But Eleanor Lang stepped down. There's a new guy, and I don't think people like him because he's not local. He's not from around these parts. He's not from around these parts. I think he was up from Cumbria way, and his boundary got dissolved, so he's down here with us. And it's like, who's this new fella? And that's not good. I believe that you should have local MPs who know the local issues. But wait and see. So suicidality says, what do UK politicians fight about? Doesn't everyone have health care? Yeah, but it's a bit of a crapshoot. The NHS is a political football. There will never be enough money in the world to give to the NHS. Don't get me wrong. It saved me from dying, and when I was a teenager, and it delivered my 2 children into the world. But it's a political football. Through years of mismanagement, it hemorrhages money, and it needs a private firm to go in there and bang some heads together. There will never be enough money to solve the problems of the NHS, and that's a real shame. It's great on paper, but I think you do need like a private aspect to it, so you can jump the queue. Hey, what do they argue about? Mainly like what's a woman, because Keir Starmer doesn't know what a woman is. He reckons some of them can have penises or something, which sounds a bit weird to me, but there you go. Apparently he likes chicks with dicks. Who'd have thought it, eh? I thought he was married. But no, they argue about stuff. Rejoining the EU, though that's gone a bit quiet because you don't want to rejoin the EU because they're all going right wing over there, over in Europe, because guess what? The left wing politicians couldn't solve any of the problems because they have a mass immigration problem, because we destabilised how many countries? Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Libya, most of North Africa, and then we wonder why everyone comes here because we fucked everything up. Well done. That's geopolitics. Thanks for playing. And everyone in Europe's kind of annoyed at their politicians because they sold them freedom of movement as the golden dream. And what that turned into is that they've got more people than they anticipated, and those places are a lot bigger than the UK. Don't get me wrong. We need immigration, but it needs to be controlled. It's a matter of resources, isn't it? It's like finite finite resources, and again, the Labour Party says they're going to build something like, was it 1.5 million homes? I don't know if that's a week or a year or whatever, but they're also talking about building on greenbelt land, which doesn't sit well with me because really, we've got all these office blocks that that could be repurposed. You know, what you do, repurpose some office blocks, get some nice cladding on. You know the stuff that catches fire. Put everyone in there. Just burn them out every couple of weeks. That'll get rid of them. That's a joke. Again, just think Grenfell happened all those years ago and it's still never really been sorted. It's still the building still stands. They never demolished it. What a fucking national disgrace that is. Grant says Mercury's choice came clear after Hot Space exposed his taste in men, I feel. I think it was the moustache and it happened a long time before Hot Space. I think that happened around is it the game Flash Gordon? Dun 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 dun. But hey, like he said, it's none of your business. It's none of your business what he does, you know. And that's it. It's nobody's business, is it? Oh. Do 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 do. Oh. Any more for any more? Or should we call it quits? What do you reckon? Any more? Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? Have you heard me prattle on for long enough? Do I need a Ouija board to get through to the other side? Is anybody watching? Is there anybody out there? There's nobody there. Nobody's watching. Just think there are, I don't know, 24 people watching. They're very, very quiet. There's only Grant Manning's suicidality. I think Andrew's fallen asleep. I definitely think that Payne's definitely nodded off. He's probably face down in his Horlicks or Ovaltine. Horlicks or Ovaltine? I don't know. Maybe hot chocolate. May have gone for a Cadbury's hot chocolate. Who knows? We'll never know. No? Okay. So are you enjoying the unbox? Oh, wait a minute. Andrew says I'm still here. Oh, yeah, he nodded off. The old farts. They can't keep with it. So are you enjoying the unboxings? It's much better than regular programming, isn't it? You know, you just want to see shit, right? Thumbs up if you just want to see shit. I've got loads of shit. I've got these shelves to show. I can show these shelves. I've got shelves of shit. Loads of shit. I don't think I've shown that. I've never done an unboxing of the dominoes. We could do that. Grant says Overeary was touted as ladies' men before 1980. You're right, Darren. Well, again, I don't really remember the ins and outs of it. Who are misses? It's just when you've got somebody wearing a leather cap and a big, you know, stereotypical moustache dressed in leather, you kind of know, you kind of know. Andrew says, I'm watching Simple Minds at the Isle of Wight. Oh God, there's a band I don't understand. Why would anybody watch the Simple Minds at the Isle of Wight? They're only good for one song. Don't you forget about me. No, ever. And they didn't even write it. It was a cover. Can you believe it? So I don't like Simple Minds. Never got it. Suicide says, I'm in the US. It's only 7:30 here. Well, it's 22 minutes past midnight here. And luckily, I haven't turned into a pumpkin yet. So we're rocking on. We're rocking on. Rocking all over the world. And I've got another. I could do another. I'm wondering if I can squeeze another 11 minutes out of this. I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. I'm a bit dry. I'm getting a bit dry. That's the hard part of being on your own. It's much better when my daughter's with me because we can bounce off of each other. It doesn't feel like I'm doing a marathon, because I need you to help me. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to say a word and I'll improvise. Say, give me a fruit and a colour. Give me a day of the week and a smell. Thumbs up for the box sets, yeah. Have a good rest of the week, says Grant. Oh, it's going to be just like every other week, really. It's pretty boring. It's pretty dull. It's pretty boring. Oh, yeah. It's just, I get up, I walk the dog, I come home. When I end up walking the dog again, I come home and I walk the dog again. It's mainly just walking the dog. And then when I'm at home, it's throwing the ball for the dog, throwing the ball for the dog, and throwing the ball for the dog. I'm surprised I'm not doing that in my sleep, actually. Because she is insane. And she's got me trained now. Now she won't fetch the ball unless I blow a raspberry. I don't even know how that started. So I said, okay, you want me to blow a raspberry? I want you to sit and I want you to give me your paw. So I throw the ball, she runs to the top of the stairs. She looks down the stairs, she looks back at me. I look at her. She thinks raspberry. I go, no raspberry. She comes towards me. I say sit, she sits. She gives me a paw. I raspberry. She runs to the top of the stairs. She looks round. Second raspberry, collects the ball. That's my life. That's my life now. How? How did the dog train me? I don't know. I'm just her plaything. How did the dog end up being smarter than me? How did that work out? I don't know. And it's time for a cup of tea. Indeed, I might join you. And Suicide says, "Thank you for staying up late." I do it every week, every Tuesday. I've been doing this for crikey since 2014, I think it was. Yeah, 2014, since we've been here. There is actually a date. I did actually find the date. It was recent, but it wasn't a Tuesday. I think it was a Thursday. But then we kind of formalised it to Tuesday. So it's been running for about 10 years. Because this is the 10th year. It's a decade. Or was it 2015? I'll have to look it up. It feels like a long time, so I've been just doing that. And so if you want to pop in and hang out, that's the idea. The idea is that all you lost souls can come and spend some time. If you're feeling lonely, or if you've had a bad week or whatnot, come in. I try and cheer you up, try and make you laugh. I try and act the goat for an hour and a half. That's the idea of all of this, and and that's why we're here, the old faithful, as we call them. Though again, it's not as popular as it used to be. There was a time when we got between 50 and 60 viewers. Now we're lucky if we get 20. But again, I think that's just the way these things go, and I haven't got a lot to offer, so it's just me. And if you like my humour and you like my personality, then that helps a lot. And if you don't, then it's a Marmite thing, I suppose. But yeah, so we'll just carry on doing this. Suicidality says, "Can you tell us what my serious health issue was when I was a kid?" I had pneumonia, nearly died, and that was it. I've told the story before. It was 1984. I think it was. I always forget the year. I think it was 1984 because the Works album was out. That was it, 1984. That's how you remember it. Christmas 1984. Came over really ill. Literally happened in. This is how it goes. I went to Walthamstow Market on a Thursday. We went in Marks and Spencer's. It was really warm, right? I remember it feeling really warm in there. And when we came out, I felt really weird. I felt kind of weird and swimmy, and I just felt, oh. I literally felt like I copped something, like I copped an illness. Went home. And then on the Friday, I felt a bit crap, I felt really bad. And it was Christmas over the weekend. I think it was. I'll have to look it up on the thing. And yeah, you feel like it's flu. and then I can't hold anything down. I'm vomiting all the time, and I get weaker and weaker, and I can't breathe. And by Boxing Day, I'm just like death rattles. And thankfully, on the day after Boxing Day, the doctor comes in, because you had home visits in those days, and Dr. Griffiths says he's got to go to the hospital now. There wasn't an ambulance. Friends of friends, gave me a lift. It was like that, and I was shuttled up to the hospital immediately. They didn't even wait for an ambulance. And it was real drowning from the inside kind of thing, and big needles in my back drawing out fluid, because just pleurisy, I think they call it, and it's the pleural membrane just ends up getting infected, and it swells and it fills with liquid, and you drown from the inside. It's lovely. It's a lovely feeling. And this lung was the worst affected. I was basically breathing on one lung, I think. I don't know. It was a long time ago, and they drained it. Big needle, something like 9 bottles of pleural liquid. No anaesthetic. Not in those days. In it goes. And my friend from school was waiting outside the thing. Amjad Sheikh, that was his name. His dad owned the corner shop, and he was waiting for me outside. And they pulled the curtains. And it was like, "Oh, Amjad, what are you doing here?" I'm just like buttoning myself up. And he went, "I've come to visit you." And it was the worst time he could have visited. I felt so awful. But he was the only one who came and visited. None of my other friends ever did. Not even my father didn't even visit either, even though my mum got a message to him. And that's when I realised that, well, you can burn in hell, you fucker. Like I said, he's sucking cocks in hell. He's sucking those cocks in hell. I hope he's enjoying them. Anyway, thank you for asking. Suicidality. A little look. It gets me over the line. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you for. I've told that story many times. It's a boring story, but you get to hear it firsthand. It was an interesting Christmas. It was good and bad. It started off well. I got to be put in a side ward on the women's ward, funny enough, and that was great because the ladies made a fuss of me, brought my newspaper in. That was nice. It was around the time Rick Allen from Def Leppard had his car crash and lost his arm, so I felt a kindred spirit there. And then they moved me into ward C4. C4 was reserved for all the geriatric patients and patients dying of cancer, which was lovely because I was too big to fit in the children's ward. I was a tall kid, and so I was with all the geriatrics. So I was woken in the night by naked old men walking around my bed. I tell you, you've seen one shriveled scrotum, you've seen them all, I tell you. That was horrific because I'm a light sleeper, and that was no good for me. When my mum found out, she said, "You're coming home," and I got discharged. But yeah, there you go. The NHS, God bless her, and all the sailing her. Thank you for watching. Enough of the wrinkled scrotums. We'll head off into the sunset. Hopefully, I've scarred your retinas now. You're now thinking of geriatric scrotums bobbing by. You'll not sleep tonight. God damn it, you will not sleep tonight. Not a nice sight. Not a nice sight. And we'll head off. This is so demonetised. Thanks for sharing. Thank God for modern medicine. It wasn't medicine. It was a big syringe. This was, like I say, 1984. There was nothing modern about it. Now it would have been probably a couple of tablets and I'd have been fine. And that's why, again, when all the vid was happening, I was like, yeah, hit me with the vaccine, because there was no way I was drowning from the inside ever again. Because, again, it ain't necessarily the vid that kills you. It's pneumonia that knocks you out. You get the infection with the vid, and then pneumonia, it takes over and finishes the job. And I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt, don't want to do it again. I'd rather just have a massive heart attack and keel over, because it ain't a nice feeling to struggle for your breath. It's just, it's not good. It's something that haunts me. It's like drowning. Again, I would never want to drown. Yeah, never want to drown. So don't have nightmares. Don't have nightmares out there. What's it to be? Drowning? Drowning in a sea of wrinkled scrotums? Will that be your nightmare tonight? I hope not. Sleep tight. Sleep tight, and hopefully you've had fun. No antibiotics. Oh yeah, there were pills, but it was mainly bed rest. Mainly bed rest. I was invalided for 3 months afterwards. You know, I was off school for like a few months, and when I went back, I'd lost a lot of weight. There was nothing of me, and then later on, all my hair started falling out because of the nervous shock. That was nice. I got alopecia. That was great, and I had to have very expensive medicine to help my hair grow back. There's nothing better than to wash your hair and have all your hair fall out at 14. You know, lovely. I really loved that. God, that was a memory. This wasn't alopecia. No, it's just full of testosterone. Just full of it. I'm so full of spunk. It's coming out of my ears. And on that bombshell, I think we'll leave it there. Hopefully I've made you laugh. Hopefully I've made you cry. Hopefully you've looked at the screen and gone, thank fuck I'm not that guy. And we'll do this all again soon. Remember, folks, if you can't be good, be safe. But more importantly, don't tell your mother. Night night.